Look what showed up in my mailbox yesterday, Fleet Commander Nimitz. The new title in the Field Commander system by DVG, or the first in the Fleet Commander. I guess that's a matter of technicalities. It does feel like this is the new chapter in that very respectful family. Not that I like all games in that family equally, but Field Commander Napoleon, which was the title before this one, is one of my favorite games of all time, so that counts for something when describing the expectations that I have for this game. Fleet Commander Nimitz portrays the career of Chester Nimitz in World War II as the chief commander of the American Pacific Fleet after Pearl Harbor. I want to show you what's in the box, and I want to have a look at what's in the box. This is simply an unboxing video. I frankly know pretty much nothing about the game per se. I have expectations and some educated guesses based on previous games in the system. But as for what's in the box, I really have no idea. In my previous unboxing videos, the ones that I filmed in the past, I'll be honest with you, I cheated. First I looked at what was in the box, I got a sense, then I closed the box and I was like, well, let's have a look. So I could get a sense of what was in there. I didn't want to sound like that guy, ooh, this is cute and shiny, who knows what this is for. This is exactly what the unboxing video that you're going to see is going to be like. Actually, starting with something that I have had a look at. As I opened the box that I found on my doorstep, I saw that there was this map here, this mounted map here, which was outside of the box, looked like a bonus. It looks like a single scenario map. It reminds me of the maps for Field Commander Napoleon and Field Commander Alexander. I assume this is where the action will take place. I like that there is a player aid here with a reminder of combat setup. Little table reminds me of the AI tables for previous games in the system. What I assume is a turn track. And here we have, there you go. Nice. Now, okay, time to have a look at the big bad boy. This is a big box. I think it's even bigger than the one for Field Commander Napoleon. If these boxes keep getting bigger, I guess the next one in the system is gonna be as big as the one for Ogre Deluxe, which came out last year, and I still haven't figured out where to place it on my game shelves. Alright, here's the moment of truth. Well, the box opens easily, and that's something that I really like. That cannot be said for all games. Some loose counters here. Let's get a little closer, let's get a better angle. Some loose counters here. Oh gosh. I'm just seeing something. This is not some loose counters. I guess that most of the counters, a lot of counters, came loose during transportation. Here's the manual. How many pages do we have? 23. With an extended example of play. That looks similar to other rule books by DVG in the past, at least. When it comes to the visual spatial organization, I usually don't have a problem with these rule books. I know it's a little more, for many people, it's more of a love and hate relationship. There are people that seem to have a hard time relating to DVG rule books, but I never really had that problem. A chart. This reminds me of what you have in previous games. Probably will need to make copies or simply to make my own. It won't be hard to get a regular piece of paper and turn it into a chart, record, the record track for Field Commander Nimitz. Here we have, oh there you go, the unmounted version of the board that I showed you earlier. So nice to have the mounted version too. What appear to be player aids with campaign setups. Oh gosh, that's scary. Setup play rates for 45, 44, I assume it's 43? Educated guess. 43 and 42. And for the campaigns that are available in the game, one-sided, so I guess one side has all the information that you need to keep track of, well, to have before your eyes when you're setting up the game. Looks like setup can be pretty intense, by the way. Okay, oh gosh, it looks like somebody just like punched through some of these guys here. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 counter sheets. On the plus side, these counter sheets, they don't look like you will have to punch the corner. You don't have to push very hard to punch the corners. Doesn't look like you have to clip the corners in case you are one of those tough war gamers who fear nothing but unclipped corners. It doesn't look like you have to clip those corners. They're pretty clean and shaved as they are. Tough wargamer that you are, you won't have to clip the corners. They look nice and functional enough without lines of ships. Are they double-sided? Yes. And they look pleasantly thick. And just like good barbecue falls off the bone, these counters almost fall off the counter sheet. I mean, I'm just letting them fall at this point. Half of them already fell and they're all mixed together. What's the hypocrisy of trying to preserve whatever is left? Just like let them fall, let them fall, let them fall. What the heck? I'll figure this out later. So a lot of counter sheets and counters falling everywhere. It's raining counters. Hallelujah. Okay, so we have more outlines of ships, land units, air units. I see some counter design, which reminds me of what I've seen in previous games and what I liked in previous games. Counters, oh joy, this is gonna be so much fun to sort out that I can barely tell you how excited I am. I'm shivering with expectation. I hope that my voice conveys the undescribable level of enthusiasm that is running through my body at the idea of sorting out these counters. Die at D10. They rolled a 3. Is that a good omen? A good omen? Bad omen? I don't know. And the big board, which I assume is the main board of the game. Let me open it up and I'll give you a general view of it. Now, let's look at it from a distance. So it looks like differently from, say, Field Commander Napoleon. Here you won't have a lot of different maps, depending on the scenarios. Actually, that also would make it different from the other games, like Field Commander Alexander and Field Commander Rommel. It looks like there is a main map, which is used in all scenarios, which I guess makes sense. And maybe looks like the small map that I showed you earlier in 2 versions, mounted and unmounted, is used for tactical purposes, to resolve landings, to resolve specific situations. Here we have the United States, the Pacific Ocean, with what appear to be some main lines of connections, like so communication to relevant places for the Pacific Campaign in World War II, Midway, Wake Island, the Marshall Island, Gilbert, so on and so forth, all the way to Japan and Eastern Asia. And we got Australia too. Look at them. Hello, Australians. How's it going? Sup? Now this definitely is going to be the main feature of the game. I guess this concludes my unboxing. Sometimes unboxing videos just are so anticlimactic, like, yep, that's done. I've showed you everything. I don't have really any conclusion to share yet, if not that I am very excited about this, because I have so much time to kill in my life, nothing to do with it. So I always appreciate the possibility, the opportunity for a nice puzzle. Sorting out these counters is gonna be its own reward. No, the reward is gonna be to play the game. I'll do that as soon as I find the time. The game looks interesting, the game looks exciting, I am excited about it. I don't know when I'll get to play though. I'll need to wait a little bit actually, to be perfectly honest, because these days I don't have much gaming room available in my house. There are constructors that are remodeling my basement into my game cave. Then I will have a lot of space to play games once the game cave is completed. But until then, the house is a mess. Stuff that was in the basement is all around the house, including in my home office, on tables around the house. Actually, I don't have much horizontal space. Most of the games I'm playing these days, I play them vertically, so they're on paper maps, and I play them vertically on a metal surface and magnetic counter holders. Doesn't look like this game would work in that fashion, so I guess this game will have to wait together with other games with mounted boards until my game cave is complete. Then at that point I will be done with sorting out of the counters. I will have a surface to play the game, and once I play the game I'll be more than glad to share my impressions and ideas about the game with you. This was my unboxing video for Fleet Commander Nimitz. Hi Nimitz, sup?